Yo! Watching Trenny and C unboxings.
Everyone said yo.
Yeah, I was gonna say yo.
Okay.
Yo! Trenny and C unboxing. Anyway, you're watching Trenny and C unboxing. He's Trenny, I'm C. We unbox bottles of whiskey, and typically we like to do the pricier or rarer-ish, better bottles for our unboxings.
Slash, we just love it because we open a bottle of whiskey and we drink it in front of you. It's great.
To drink a bottle of whiskey. We don't do a lengthy review on it. We actually do our first tasting.
First impressions.
First impressions, and then if you want to actually see the full review, you need to subscribe. The button here, and then you'll get notified when that review actually gets done.
So now, let's just pause for a second. You go to your cupboard, get that bottle of whiskey that you've been just kind of like, oh, I'm going to open it on a special occasion. Right now is that special occasion.
It's tonight's special.
Tonight is it. So let's do it.
Because we have something special. Well, we've got Chuckanut.
Sorry, what?
You say it now.
Chuckanut?
Chuckanut.
Chuckanut. Right.
This is from Washington State.
Washington State. This is a full-out American whiskey, aged a grand total of
6 months.
6 months. Pretty dark for 6 months, I gotta say.
Zoom effect, Trenny and C. Whoa! Chuckanut Bourbon. And it says, distilled from 100% Washington State grain, 48% alcohol.
48%?
48%, that's beautiful.
Even more exciting.
Aged a minimum of 6 months.
Oh, okay, so it could be more. So I'd say,
or is it aged?
Instead of putting that back and sitting down, why don't you rip the top off up there?
Cripes. Or is it aged the minimum of 6 months? So all they got here is a little seal. No.
I couldn't do that. I have no nails.
Yeah, we hear that in every video.
Do I?
Let it go. Or grow some nails. Little bit of a synthetic cork.
Oh!
Good pop, though.
Good pop sound, yeah.
Well played, Chuckanut. Chuckanut Bay, for that matter. CBD, aka the CBD.
Chuckanut Bay?
Chuckanut Bay Distillery.
Oh, distillery, yeah.
Alright, here we go.
Let's try it out. No, just pour it.
Whoa.
Come on.
Smell it. Smell it.
That is weirdly different. Okay, pour that shit.
It was making that noise before it ever came out of the bottle. It's like...
Okay, cool. So this is, again, first impressions.
Chuckanut Bay
Freshly
Bourbon.
cracked. Let's sniff this. As in, aka nose it. Okay, it's funny because this is very dark looking, but this is very young smelling.
It smells like, quickly, it smells like things that we've put in our barrel. Remember when we did our own aging?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Interesting. Completely different. This is actually very similar
to our barrel
videos. This is just like straight up.
This is super young.
Very young.
It's tangy.
It might actually mean 6 months old.
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah, but interesting color. However,
you know what I'm calling the Chuckanut people? I'm gonna get information from them.
It's funny because we did our own barrel aging thing, which you can check out, and we only aged it for I think a couple months, and it was still a very dark color. Yep. So color, don't take it for what it necessarily. Don't base it on age necessarily.
Yeah, you could have deeper chars, right? A deeper char for a shorter amount of time.
This is very different.
It's something else, for sure.
I'm not going to tell you the flavor profiles, but here we are. So thank you again for joining Trenny and C. This is Chuckanut from Washington State.
From Washington State.
Yep. 48%, which is also a nice feature. So cheers.
See you next time.